Aloha, Rich Halverson here. This is ITS128, and today I'm going to go over chapter 11. So let me share my screen. Share this one. All right, and I'm going to leave my video off. So to help the recording. All right, so let's go to chapter. So let's go to the syllabus here, and today's April 23rd. And so I'm, around here, chapter 11. Earlier today, I did update the grade book classic, so you can go check that out. And just to remind you, the posted deadlines are for your pacing, but you can, you really need to have everything in by the weekend after the last day of finals. So the 10th, 11th, 12th. You better have everything in by May 12th. May 13th, I have to run the grades one final time, and I go all the way back to the beginning. So if there's points you didn't get in earlier chapters, that's how you get, just go back and do those, and you'll get full credit for them. And so you should have all the participation activities. You should get all the points for all the participation activities, certainly. And then as much of the challenges in the labs as you can. I have to turn my grades in. KCC requires us to turn our grades in at 8 a.m. Tuesday morning. So, and the reason I can let you go to the very end is because everything is auto graded. If I had to grade things manually, in some exceptions I do, but if in general, if I had to grade things manually, then I could not let you go all the way to the very end because I would need time to grade. I'd like to remind you that in the resources folder, there is there's a bunch of previous playlists from previous semesters. The ones by John Johnson are the best. And there's also this one is which one's a spreadsheet? This one? Yes, it's this one, but I don't want to. Yeah, this is a spreadsheet. I guess I can sign it. I'll sign it. Remember my password. Oh, okay, great. So this tells this, for all the labs, most of them are here, or maybe all of them are here. And these are videos, and it goes right to the place in the video which starts to show you how to do the lab. So, sometimes they're kind of boring, and so, and every now and then there's a little mistake, and so you may notice those, but that should get you through the labs. And if you really don't understand the lab, then if you just go through the steps step by step, you still should be able to get almost all the points or most of the points. So let's go to chapter 11, and it's modules. So let's see, I'm going to click my activity, and we can see. So it looks like there's a challenge activity in the first section, but not anymore. And then there's some labs. Okay, so if we look at modules, you can see basically modules are programs in different files. It's you take a bunch of your program may consist of a bunch of functions like this, where you're defining these functions, and you may want to share functions between different programs. And so you may have a file that's got a bunch of functions in there, that you use in more than one program. And so you can do that, and those different files are called modules, and they have names. And so there's a naming convention and this import thing where you can refer to uh, functions in other files. They have, and then you use this import statement, and then inside your program you prefix the function name with the file name. And there's a couple different ways of doing that, but that's what this is all about. And so you may notice that we have these import things up at the top lots of times. Well, that's exactly what we're doing. We're importing modules, and these are written by some real smart people someplace a long time ago, and they're made available to everybody for free. And they're conventions. The functions are used so often they're sort of considered the conventional way of doing things. And turns out it's really easy to make modules, and it's really easy to distribute modules now, like on GitHub and all that. And so that's one of the reasons why Python has become such a popular language, because it's so easy to make stuff and to share stuff. It really is. So anyway, so you can go through this, and it has to do with the syntax and how you reference functions in different. Sometimes you can have more than one module that you import, but then there can be some functions, some functions in different modules that have the same name. And so you got to be able to distinguish those, and it's pretty obvious how you do it. Okay, so let's do this. Let's do the challenge activities. The first one here, and it's another one of these show what will be printed. So we have the main program here, and inside the main program we have this import command statement, which we're importing all the functions that are in a file, arithmetic or arithmetic.py, and lo and behold, that's what this is. So this is the file arithmetic.py, and inside there's just one function. It's called the calculate function, and this is what it looks like. And so over here, and then look here, we also have a calculate function. So we have a calculate function in the main program, and we have a calculate function, same name, in this imported module. So first thing we're going to do is we're going to print calculate with an argument of 5, and that would refer to the calculate in the same program, in the same file. And so here we're printing, we take the argument, we multiply it by 2, and we return that argument, and that's what this becomes. So 5 times 2 is 10, and we print that, and so the first thing that's printed is 10. In the second one here, now what we're doing, we are referencing or referring to the calculate function in the arithmetic module, which is up here, and that looks like this. And there we just take the parameter, multiply, add 2 to it, and return that. So here we take 5, add 2 to it, makes it 7. So this thing returns 7. So we print 7, enter, and I hope this is right. Yes. Okay, so let's do number 3. These are easy. Let's do number 3. I'm going to skip to number 3. Well, let's take a look at number 2. Same. Oh, we got data. Oh, we're importing two modules, a data module, and just specifies some numbers, and then another module which has a function in it. And so here we first of all we grab whatever this number is. It's in this module, and it's medium, which is 50. Okay, so this is 50. That's 50. And then we're gonna call the calculate function in the arithmetic module, with the argument of 50. So it's return as a 48, comes back 48. So this, the first thing we'd do is to print 48. And then we call the same value 50, data medium is 50, but we call it using this calculate function, and that adds 3 to it, so then it becomes 53. So anyway, that's what's printed there. And you can confirm that. Okay, so here we have a program and we import two modules. One defines some shades or something. I don't know if you're a color person, there's probably a right name for what these are. And then this is another green. Okay, so okay, so dark yellow would be called saffron, bright yellow is gold. Okay, so on. And then dark, okay, it's different. So depending on the color, the module, it sort of defines what these mean for a particular color. Anyway, so the first thing we do is we print yellow dot medium. Well, that's going to be peach. And then after that, we're going to print, green dot medium, which is chartreuse. Chart, R-E-U-S-E. I think that's what the answer is. Okay, very good. This last one here. Okay, we're importing this module here. And look, this module imports this module. Okay, great. Okay, well, this is gonna see how this one works. All right, so first thing we do is we come down. First thing we do is you print this. Okay, so we're looking for function 3. That's this one. And the argument is 8. So number is 8. So this comes in here, and number is 8. And then so 8 is used as an argument for the 1 method, which is up here. So this is 8, and this is 8. 8 to the second power is 8 times 8 is 64. So this is 64. And we subtract, this is 8. 8 times 5 is 40. So this returns, this is 40. This is 64. 64 minus 40 is 24. So I think that this is 24. So I'm going to put that there, 24. Okay, now we're going to get, instead of this 3, we're going to be doing this 3, which is just taking, gee, this is kind of a hard one. I think I need some paper. So let's try to, I guess let's try to do, okay, first of 3 is, so we're printing this, and what this is we take, here's a 1 and here's 2. So this is, what's the argument is, the argument is 8. So the argument's 8, so 1 of 8 is 8 plus 3 is 11. And 2 of 8 is 1, because 8 minus 7 is 1. So 11 times 1 is 11. So we return 11. And so this means this is going to be 11, I think. Well, I'm probably going to be so wrong. Okay, now we go to this first module again, and we find, we're going to grab function number 4 with an argument of 8. So we go to the first module, function number 4, argument of 8. And so this is 8, and this is 8. And so then we go to the second module called second, and we do the function 3 with an argument of 8. So let's go to the second function. 3, argument of 8. 8 times 4 is 32, so this returns 32. This is this returns 32. So this returns 32. I don't know, maybe it does. Let's see. All right, boom. I can't put. All right, very good. So let's see if you can do. Yours aren't going to be exactly the same. Let's see if you can figure out how to do them. All right, let's do this. Let's do this one. We have a string called customer name and an integer called potato quantity that are read from input. Customer name, potato quantity, it's an integer. The module pi shop defines this, and module potato pie defines make. Okay, import modules pie shop and potato pie. Well, I guess it's just import pie shop and import potato pie. Guess. What else would it be? Well, I don't know. Let's just check and see what it is. Gosh, okay, well, that's great. All right. All right, so what's number 2? Huh? Wait, maybe I didn't get this one right. Did I not get it right? Oh, maybe it's because I didn't click next level. Anyway, okay, so what's the next one? This one is string passenger. Okay, we have a string passenger and an integer num luggages are read from input. Call airline kiosk check-in. So we've got a module called airline kiosk, and we've got a function called check-in. And with a string and an integer. And then we're going to call this airline luggage, and that's got a function called deposit with a passenger name parameter and a num luggages. And that just prints this out. And what are we supposed to do? We're supposed to call passenger name. Okay. What does this one look like? Just looks like, oh, look, I got a new one now. Hey, that's pretty cool. All right. Shoots. Well, I guess I didn't finish that one. All right, so we have this thing. I did it that put my code here of integer. It's read from input. Assign surface area with the value of the returned by the cube shape surface area. Surface area, this one. Surface area in meters squared is so I have to, where I'm defining something here, surface area underscore, I suppose this is going to be like meters squared, equals assign that with the value returned by cube shapes, cube shape dot surface area. And the argument is called with side in meters. I suppose that's what that means. That was input right here. So that's that. And then find the cube's length in centimeters. Find the cube's. Am I supposed to know how to do this? Find the cube's side. Let me see. What's this one is meter? Oh, this just turn side in meters, and then find the cube side in centimeters. This is meters to centimeters. Okay, got it. Okay, so I'm gonna figure out what this is then, I guess. Okay, so find that. That's gonna equal to psi conversion, I guess. Dot this. Meters to centimeters of called with the cube's side length. Do you know the answer to this? Have you worked it out? Yeah, I think there's something I need to know about cubes and so on that I'm not catching. So what I'm going to do is, oh, I don't have the, oh, this is the student version, isn't it? Oh, yes, it is. I'm going to open up the other version here. Xi books. When in doubt, look at the sign in. And we're here. 11. We're looking at the oh, see, I'm gonna have a problem, right? Because I might get a different challenge activity. It was this second one. I wonder if I can, wait a minute. Did I do this or? Wonder if there's a way that I can figure out. This one is about pies. Oh. Surface area has one. There it is. Uh, yeah, it's too bad I can't seem to. I can't seem to find the one in my instructor's textbook. So anyway, all right, it's the SI conversion. Meters to centimeters is it's just the meters a parameter. Meters as a parameter. Interesting way to do this. All right, I'm gonna do this one instead. Okay, so in this one we have a string called traveler name and integer called luggage quantity. And the first thing we're supposed to do is call the airline kiosk, which is this. It's got a check-in with the traveler name and the luggage quantity as arguments, and print something. And then we so first we put that in there. So let's do that. Airline dot check-in, and the argument is going to be oh, I see. Oh, this they're really good at making these things a little bit different. Traveler name, so you don't cheat, and the luggage quantity. And then the next one I'm going to do is airline luggages check-in bags. Oh, they're check bags. Oh, there's two methods here. With luggage quantity as the argument, I'm going to just go like this. Copy. So this is make this a period. Check bag and luggage quantity is the argument. And the third one is check bags. Ensure is the last one. Okay, and this other example, it's the second one. Okay. Sure. Airline luggages insure. Just do the same thing again. Oops. Airline luggage. Insure with these two things as the arguments. I wonder if it's this easy. Okay, maybe I should go try to go back and find the other one. All right. Okay, so all I did was this is a function, a method. This is another one. This is check bags is this one, airline luggage, and insure. An airline kiosk check-in is this one, and so this is airline kiosk check-in with traveler name and luggage quantity, traveler name, luggage quantity, and then airline luggage, check bags, with this as the argument, and then this one is airline luggage, luggage, is that how you spell? Okay, luggage, okay. Insure traveler name, and luggage quantity. Okay, so I don't know if this is right. I guess I got it right. Oh, wow, these are hard. Okay, I'll do the last one. Why? Because it's hard. Here I am. All right, perform the following tasks. Assign has color with the value returned by searches find called with one sentence and color search list as arguments respectively. Okay, so assign has color. Has color is assigned the value returned by searches find. Okay, so it must be searches find. It's got two args. Search dot find with two arguments, which is one sentence. That's this. So one sentence and colors search list. Colors, okay, there must be something. Colors search list. Okay, so that's easy. I just go colors search list. I just go colors dot search list. I think that's all I do. I don't think I put any arguments or anything. Okay, so that looks like that might work. That's the first one. And then assign has person and clothing. That's this. So has person has clothing equals the value returned by combining the following using and. Search. Okay, so search.find returns either true or false. So it returns a Boolean value. So you can AND them together. So the first one is going to be search.find one sentence and person search list as argument. Same thing. one sentence, comma, colors, oh, not colors, persons. Persons dot search list. Okay, that's the first one. And you see that's what it is, or maybe it's lowercase. Search dot find one sentence, comma, clothing dot search underscore list. Close. So I just think can't make this any bigger. That's a bummer. Okay, well, anyway, so it's this. As person has clothing equals combining the following using logical and. Okay, that's a logical and. So it's going to be whatever this is, it's going to be a true false value. And this is going to be a true false value. And the true false value is using the find function on one sentence, and person's search list. This is this search list as arguments. And the second one is find one sentence and clothing search list, which is this. Okay. Is that it? Could be it. Let's see. Check. Spelled something. Search. I spelled something wrong someplace. Where is it? Colors. Sir. There's one little. Will this fix it, or is it gonna make me start over again? Oh. Okay. All right. Okay, well, I hope that works. Hope that helps. Let's see. So let's importing a module begins a search to find the corresponding file on the computer system. Okay, so this has to do with the order in which your program will start looking for modules, because you can have modules that have the same name and so on. Or you can have modules that have functions, different modules that have functions in them that are the same name. So this talks about that. There's an environment variable, importing specific names. So another way you can do it is by importing the actual, you not only say, okay, if you say import my mod, then if you want to use the calc method inside my mod, you have to say my mod dot calc. Remember, that's what we were doing before. But if you want to not even have to say what the my mod, if you don't want to have to say that, and you just want it to be kind of like it's almost like not a module. In other words, if you want to skip the prefix, then you do it this way. You say from my mod, import calc. So instead of just saying import my mod, you say from my mod, import just calc. So only calc gets imported. So that's another way to do it. See, so you can do it that way. Isn't that great? All right. Okay. Executing modules as scripts. Okay, so here's where we learn about this. Let's see where it's. Yeah. Okay. So you know, we have we have our files, and we have our methods inside of files, and And then, so this file, it's got a bunch of, methods in it and stuff. And then it's got a main program. It's got a main part. See here, like this thing, when this module, when this entire module executes, these all just get stored in as methods that may be used or not. But when it comes down to here, this executes. And the trouble with using now with using this whole thing, this whole file, the trouble with just using the methods that are defined in this file and using the import statement is that when you import it, it actually executes it, okay? And the execution, sort of initializes these methods to be used, to be accessible. But then this executes also, okay? So if you're making files where there's a program in it that executes standalone, but then also later on you want to use that file, you only want to use the methods that are defined in that file, and you don't want to use the main program, okay? If you want to do that, then you the main program part you put inside of this if statement. You have this if statement that looks like that, and then the main program part is underneath there. And what this does is this says, if this file here, if this entire file that this thing is in, if this module is executing as the main program, then go ahead and execute this stuff. But if it's not executing as the main program, in other words, if instead it's executing as an imported module with that by some other program that just wants to use the methods and doesn't care about the main program, then it won't execute this part. And so that's why lots and lots of times you'll see the main program inside an indented, the indented part of this general if statement. And basically it's if the system name for this particular module is called, _ main __, which is the convention, then only then do you execute this part. Okay, so that's what they're explaining here. So sometimes you might have to reload if certain things can change along the way. Let's see. So this basically, let's see, what else should we learn? Packages and standard library. These are a bunch of standard libraries that we use. Math, we use this a lot. We can use this a lot. We use sys a lot. This for doing web stuff. If we want to use random, we want to use the random number generator, we use that. Packages. Instead of importing a single module, you can an entire directory of modules can be imported as a package, and of course you can create packages and so on. So there's just another suffix there, a prefix. I mean, game and then sound and then. So it's all made so it's easy to make a specialized module for something, and then you can just put it out there, and anybody else who comes along that wants to do the same kind of thing, can use your code. All right, so it's 2:38. Should I do one of these? Are you interested in seeing any one of these? Or are you satisfied with the video? Let's see, the video it's going to be this. It's this one, or dates, I think, is the lot. 11/8, 10, 11/8. Yeah, no, I changed things around here. I can just go over this one. It might help if you if you're to see how this works, oh, I guess, did I start it? Here, let me reset this lab. Which reset? And the reason this is a good one is because to be able to convert something that looks like this into a single line, a program line at the right side of an assignment statement. You think of this as an assignment statement, and some mathematician or look in some manual or some textbook or someplace where you're going to find this formula. It's not up to you. I mean, you don't really need to understand what's going on with the quadratic formula. It's not like you would even really need to you know, solve this, with variables. You just have to write a program to do it. You just have to be able to translate this into a line or more of Python code. So let's just practice that. That's what this lab is all about. So you implement the quadratic formula function, and the function takes 3 arguments, A, B, and C, and computes 2 results of the quad. It computes an x1 and an x2, and this is the equation for an x1, and this is the equation for x2. You can see the difference is it's minus b plus this thing divided by 2a, and the other one is minus b minus this thing all divided by 2a. And so let's see how easy it is. This is the skill of the programmer. The skill of the programmer is not to derive this. The skill of the programmer is to take what is handed to you, and then you convert this into a line of program. And then if it doesn't work, that's the guy that wrote the equation. This is a very well-known equation, but you could be out in the real world and you're writing code to compute some ballistic missile trajectory or something, or I guess ballistic missiles don't have a trajectory, but and there's this equation there, and it could be a big long equation, it could be a bunch of equations, and you want to be good at being able just to write what the line of code is. So let's do that. In this one here, we just write we compute x1 and x2. So in this program here, where you're seeing this main thing, we read in a line, we split it up into 3 numbers, it looks like. Let's see, how does this work? Okay, these 3 numbers get read in, separated by spaces, and then it'll write out, looks like this. So the solution to this is okay. So what the quadratic formula does is you're looking for the solution to this equation, which is 2 times x squared minus 3 times x minus 77. Is there some way I can write that normally here? Do I have a notepad? What is this? Well, anyway, so what this is, the numbers that you feed into the quadratic formula, it's 2, since there's 3 of them. Okay, there's 2 times x squared minus 3 times x minus 77. If there was another one, it would be something times x cubed, or x cubed plus something times x squared plus something times x plus some constant. Now what happened to mine? Let's install it. Okay, anyway, forget it. So it turns out that the solution to this is there's two solutions. There's one where x equals 7, and if you plug 7 in here, then it solves, it goes to 0. And if you plug this number in as x, it actually solves to 0. So that's this big deal, quadratic formula. If you're able to find the two values for x that where this ends up being true. Okay, so anyway, the first one is first we have to import the math module. So we say import math. Okay, that's importing the math module. And then we're going to compute x1. x1 equals something, and then we're going to compute x2. x2 equals something. And then we're going to return x1 and x2. Okay, so what's x1? It's this thing. Okay. See, I got to figure out some other way to. Is there a note? Do I have a notepad or something? Here we go, notepad. Okay, here we go. So this is x1. Make it bigger. Times it. Okay, x1 equals minus b. Okay, first I'm just going to write it out, and then I'm going to put the parentheses in later. Okay, so minus b plus square root, and it's math dot square root, SQRT. You can go look it up. It's a function that's provided in the math module. Something. Well, what's something? It's going to be this thing that's in here. Yeah. So let me. It's going to be this thing, what's inside underneath there. And then what that is inside underneath there is b squared. That's b times b. So I'll just do b times b. Minus 4 times a times c. Okay, so b squared, b times b, minus 4 times a plus c inside the square root thing. Okay, so there it is. That's inside the square root thing. And then the whole thing is divided by 2a. Well, that will look like this, slash 2a. 2 times a. 2 times a. Okay, so that's all this thing written out on a line. Now we have to put some parentheses, because really what's supposed to happen is the 2a is supposed to divide this whole thing together. First you compute this whole thing on top, and then you compute the 2a, and then you divide the whole thing on top by the thing on the bottom. So the whole thing on top is, you got to put parentheses around the whole thing on top. Put one here, put one here. And then you want to compute the whole bottom first, because if you were not to do it, then what this would do is first it would compute this, and then it would divide that by 2, and then it would multiply the whole thing by a. Well, that's not what you want. You want the a to be on the bottom also, see? So that's why you got to put the parentheses around the 2 and 2 times a, and then that thing is computed. And then after that, you got this thing divided by this thing, and that's what you want. You want this top thing divided by the bottom thing. Meanwhile, the square root thing is inside here. It's just like that. Okay, so that's x1, and x2 is, we're just changing this plus to a minus. So let's just copy this here. Copy, paste it, and make this x2. And then we got to find the right minus sign, and I think it's right here, this minus sign. Just like that. Pretty sure that that's right. So let's see. Copy this. Go over here. Paste it right here. Paste. But I gotta scoot this in. Boom. And scoot this in. Boom. Okay. So let's see if this is right. How do I run the same? Your labs, it's the submit the run button. I run. I have to input some numbers, don't I? What is this? 2 minus 377. 2 minus 3 minus 77. Is this right? I don't even know if this is right. Oh. Oh no, this is a Python. What do I call it? Main? You can see I haven't practiced on this new I haven't seen this. Okay, I'm gonna try Python main.py. Okay, so has anybody done this? Have you done this? Oh, okay. I didn't go through the tutorial, but anyway, I'm gonna bypass that. I'm gonna submit for grading and see if it's right. Okay, it's right. So what is the exit tutorial? This is, what if I do that? Yeah. Am I waiting? Maybe I'm waiting. 2 minus 372 minus 3 minus 77. Ah, okay, yes, it was waiting. Did this ever finish loading? Okay, anyway, so that's the answer to that one. Let's just go to the next one here. All right. Use read date to read 4 unique date objects, putting the date objects into a list. Let's see, let me go to here. Okay, so I see. So it's wow, okay, so this is supposed to return, create a date object with a input string and a return a date object. So the okay, so we have this date time import date time delta and time. So from the date time module, we're going to input the date method, the time delta method, difference, I suppose, in the time method. So first of all, complete the read date method. It looks like this. We're going to return. First of all, we'll define all right. Really? Integer word for word in input split. All right, I'm gonna split this up. I'm gonna say D1 equals input. Okay, it's gonna be a string that comes in. So it's gonna be something like e.g. What's today? 2024 space. Input is that. What are we splitting? Oh, I see. Okay, so the input is something like 2024 dash 04 dash 23 or something. That's today, right? Yeah, or maybe 4 dash 23. Okay, and then so I'm gonna say D1. Okay, so we read that in, we read something and it looks like that. Is that right? No, it's not right. They do want to see this. So all right, so we read something in, this is a string, it's gonna be D1. And then we're gonna split the string into into I'm gonna say M comma no Y comma M comma D, those three variables equal, does this actually work? D1 split on a hyphen. So that's going to come up with three things, three strings. And now we want those strings to actually be integers. So I'm going to do IY equals int Y, and IM equals int M, and ID equals int D. Okay, so that gives me my three. Oh, it might not like ID. I'm gonna do JD. And then I'm just gonna return that. And I want to return a date module, which looks like IY, IM, and JD. Actually, I'm going to change this. I'm going to call this year. I'm going to call this month. Call this day. And I'm going to call this year, month, day. Okay, so that's how I would return a date module. When you read this, it's going to return that date module. And then I'm going to use read date to read four unique date objects, putting the date objects in a list. So read date. Boy, this is kind of a confusing thing. Or it's a list. I guess I just read four dates. So I'm going to do it this way. Dates equals, it's a list, and I'm going to say read date. This is the first one, and the next one is going to be another read date. Not okay. Yeah, you aren't passing any. So it's four of these. 3, 4. Okay, so read date, read date, read date, read date. It's gonna call this method 4 times. Each time it's gonna ask for a date that looks something like this. It's gonna return a date module called that looks like that. And so each one of these is gonna be this date module. Okay, so those are 4 dates, and then we're gonna use the sorted method to sort the dates where the earliest one is first. So we're just gonna say sorted, we're gonna do it sorted dates equals sorted dates. So in other words, take this list, sort it, return another list with the dates sorted. And so now this is a list with the dates sorted. Same dates sorted. And now we're gonna print out those dates that looking like this. Oops. So we're gonna say for some date in sorted dates in the list that we just created called sorted dates. For some date in sorted dates, print some date dot that stands for. Oh, string format time. String format time. And I guess this is how it works. You do, I want to do the M per month, followed by a slash. And I want to do the %D for day, followed by a slash, %capital Y for the year, 4-digit year. I bet you lowercase y is just 2-digit year. Okay, so that's all that is. Okay, I'm gonna see how this works so far. So I'm just gonna copy. So there's an example up here. Okay, I'm gonna copy these dates and see what happens. Copy, and I'm gonna try to run this now. So I'm gonna run this, run main py, and it is. I suppose it's waiting now for me to type in 4 dates. Paste 4 dates. How do I paste 4 dates? There we go. There's 4 dates. And look at that. It printed the first one, the second one, the third one, and the fourth one. I'm going to try making this a lowercase y just to see what happens. Lowercase y. And let's run this again. And it's ready for me. And I'm going to paste those dates in there again. And it goes, look, 2-digit dates. I'm going to make this be N. I think this is right. N is a single-digit month. I mean, it's a month that doesn't have a leading 0 if it's only 1 digit. And then J, I think, is day with a single digit if the day is a single digit, and then a lowercase y. I want to see if that's convention. It's ready. Okay, so I go like this. So that's the dates, and it prints out. No, it's not. Oh well, forget that part. Okay, so this was lowercase m, this was lowercase d, and this was capital Y. So leave it at that. I'll run this again just to confirm it. And we get, those are the 4 dates, and it comes back just like that. Okay, all right, so that's 4, and what's 5? 5 is output the number of days between the last 2 dates in the sorted list as a positive number. All right, so that's something like this. We want to print it's sorted dates between the last 2 dates, it'd be -1 is the last date, and -2 is the second to the last date. So I'm going to do -1 minus sorted dates minus 2 and that is actually, there's a method where if you subtract those two dates from each other and you call this days, then that is going to output some number. Let's see what this number outputs. Can I do this? Oh, they're still there. It prints 25. And that's the last 2 days are, this one, it comes after this. So I'm going to change it to how can I change it easily enough? Instead of these dates, I'm going to make it where this one comes after this one. Okay, I'm going to try that instead. So let me run this again. I'm getting at something here. Oh, oh, what happened? Oh, it sorted it. Never mind. Well, anyway, I think you have to. No, I think this should be it. Okay, so what's the last thing you're supposed to do is let's just put the rest. Sorted dates. It's this. Sorted dates plus some B, Y, D. I guess you need to go look and see what these, or you need to see what these letter codes mean. But anyway, that's number 6, and I'm gonna put number 7 here. Oh, no, that's number 7, I think. Let's just run this, and let's try to paste these dates again. And it's going to look something like that. Is that what it's supposed to look like at the end? Yeah, it is supposed to look something like that. Now, I'm not sure this is right, but let's just submit for grading and see what happens. Oh, all right. Well, anyway, so this is what the code looks like, I guess. Can I make this bigger? One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. All right. Well, it's past our bedtime here. I'm gonna call it quits. So I hope this helps. Thanks for watching.